why was she there? She meant to go to communion. She had a blessing, and so anyway, she came back from Tbilisi, and the elder knew exactly what she'd been doing. He said, "Why did you not communion?" And he couldn't have known that, but he did anyway. And she said, "Well, I was scandalized because in that church they didn't even light anything on the prestol, on the holy table. They didn't have a candle or anything, and everything was rushed, and you know, you couldn't understand what was going on." And he said, "That's nothing to do with you." He said, "If there's no candle, you light candle, and you should have gone to communion. It's not for you to judge. No, you don't have to go to that church every week if you don't like it. But, you know, in other words, we have to accept things as they are, and I've been in situations. For me, it's more difficult if I have to serve, and it's a bit strange, let's put it that way. Just have to just go with it. Yeah, actually, yeah, very strange when I think about it, but anyway. I was unprepared, but that's how you get caught out, isn't it? You know, you think you're going to have it all worked out, and you go somewhere, and suddenly something happens, and you just have to accept it.
You talking about Toronto?
Oh, yeah. No, I wasn't. I'm thinking of somewhere else, actually, but yeah. Well, we'll tell the story because it really is amazing. I was a deacon in Toronto. I was ordained a deacon in 1984. I went to Toronto in 1985. I had a job, you know, teaching, and we had a very pious Greek couple, elderly couple, who sold candles, and they said, "Oh, you need to come to our church. You really like it. It's a good priest." Etc. etc.
Lots of people.
Lots of people, yeah, it certainly were. I mean, hundreds.
Lots of children.
Lots of children.
Lots of pews. That's true.
Yeah. Anyway, I went to serve, and I went for Vespers the evening, and it was in the old church, which was Orthodox church, and so I served. And next day, there's a liturgy, or we have a liturgy in the new church. And this is what I didn't know. When I got to the new church, they had the prestol, holy table, you know, up front, like the Catholics. They took the Catholic model, and behind them they had iconostasis with lamps. And I'm a deacon, and I have certain things I have to do. I didn't know what to do. I kept facing, he kept looking at me because I'm facing the opposite way. I couldn't face the people when I'm meant to be sensing. Yeah, I mean, that was an ordeal. That was terrible. You may remember more, but I don't. Yeah. I didn't go.
There were children in church. They'd all gone off to Sunday school.
Oh yeah, they marched out to Sunday school, and then they came back for communion. Yeah. Well, that's the way they did it. I mean, I'm not going to criticise that. That's what they did. And that's
our children were the only ones in church.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Needless to say, I didn't go back again. Very peculiar. I felt really awkward, but you know.
How does that happen? That they kind of like diverge that much, like certain
revival, renewal, church renewal. They were into it. Toronto, the Greeks were very much into the. No, they were into that. It was very peculiar, actually. I felt sorry because there was an old priest who was a simple man, and they sent him to Greece from Toronto to get ordained, and he came back and he's wearing, like, you know, cassock and things. Nobody wore cassocks. None of them, except in church, but otherwise. And so he's walking around, you know, like this. And so I'm like, well, I'm working in the government during the day, so I'm wearing a suit and tie during the day. But for the weekend, I put my cassock on. So he was the only one, but the rest were all, you know, clean shaven or dog collars and whatever. It's not my. I mean, some people.
Not your scene,
not
is
my
it?
scene. No. I mean, you know. And then another episode was I was travelling in Lebanon and just come from the Holy Mountain. So you know, I just met Elder Paisius actually. So that was very special. And I go to Beirut on my own, you know, just to see about the church. I knew there were, you know, I'd heard somebody being there, so I went and I wanted to find out what to do. I thought, well, better find a Christian. So I looked at a lot of little kiosks, like in Moscow, you know, little kiosks where they sell cigarettes and newspapers, you know. And this man said he was wearing a gold cross, so he wasn't a Muslim. So I said, "There's an Orthodox church near here," and he said, "Yeah." He said, "'Cause they all speak English." And he said, "Yes, you know, up the road there." So I went up there and I knocked on the door, and the priest came out, dressed correctly as a priest, and he spoke English. And I said, "Well, I'm visiting Beirut, and I'm looking. Can you recommend anywhere to stay?" I wasn't looking for free lodgings, but you know, Lebanese Arabs are generous. They don't. You're not going to put you in a hotel. And he said, "Oh no, just about, you know." Anyway, I go into a room there, and there's this man sitting there with a pinstripe suit and a dog collar and a cigarette holder. And he says, "This is Bishop so-and-so, whose name I can't remember," and I'm glad, because, I mean, you know, yeah. And I thought, you know, well, they could blame us for the blessing, you know, and he sort of is looking for an how sad. Was I scandalised? Yes, but I was more sad. It made me feel sad. Pashal. Yeah. But the other clergy in Beirut were not like that. They're all, you know, traditional. So and he was from the States. I don't know who it was. I might not be even trying to work out who it was now. But, so they're those sort of experiences that you have. You just have to just go with it. We mustn't condemn people because of that. You know, like asking a priest for a blessing, and they won't give you one because they want, you know. Well, this one was smoking. Another was smoking it. Publicly, I said, "Ask for a blessing." He sort of, "No, I don't give blessings. You know, go away." Okay. What's the or fighting? Well, of course, that's the Serbs are bad on this as well. By the way, don't want to kiss priest's hand, and priests. You see, if I meet a priest, I kiss his hand, right? Because he serves the liturgy. Like I kiss the bishop's hand, because he serves the liturgy. I'm not kissing his hand. If somebody kisses my hand, it's not because of me. I might be a jerk, but it's the office of priesthood is what we're venerating, not the person. We might want to because we love them. Okay, that's part of relationship. But for a priest to refuse is misunderstanding. I think some of the young ones don't understand. I've been teaching for them.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to kiss my hand because I'm senior. I said, "It's ridiculous."
Yeah.
Well, he does now, but you know. But I've been having fights.
Yeah.
You know, I go to kids and they go like that, and I won't let go until I get the hand, and then I let go.
It's a tough crowd.
Yeah, tough crowd. Been doing it in LA at the Diocesan Days. I have that fight, but then they know now, so they give in. But no, I mean. Misunderstanding. That's a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
I don't want to take in and kiss my hand. Who am I? I'm nobody, you know. No, you're nobody. But you're a priest. Bad luck, you're a priest. You are nobody. And you could be, you know, a pig's ear, but you're a priest. So that's what they say, pig snout in Russian.
So are all the traditions, like say for what you do after this or what you do after, you know, like kissing the chalice or kissing the priest's hand and all that, is that handed down typically tradition, like it's well known, or is that local? Is that
I don't know.
You know, where do those customs come from? Because when you're a convert and you know, we went to so many churches and everyone was different.
Yes.
You had to kind of watch what are they going to do, you know, now.
Well, in the Serbian church, it's not customary to kiss the chalice, right? It's a Russian thing. Greeks won't let you, and that they don't like it, so don't do it. Don't do it if you're in a Greek church. They don't expect that sort of, you know. So don't. The Russian church always do it. When I'm at Issachar, everybody kisses the chalice because you're doing it, you see, and then all the Serbs do it as well. So they like doing it. So
you just go with the flow.
The bishop's gone with it. Yeah, well, we've introduced a new tradition to St. Sabbath. With the blessing of.
Is there a difference between how the bishop does stuff versus how how
Very
parish
nice.
in our church or
No.
no?
No.
No.
He's Serbian style, and I accommodate to him. I
I
mean,
see.
you wouldn't know any difference unless you're serving. You know the finer points of what a priest does. But no, he serves, and I follow. For me, it's very nice to have some time off. Somebody else doing it, or I'm just assisting, which is very nice. I like that.
Father, in Bulgaria, they are talking about to change the language in the church because the people they cannot understand Slavonic.
No, that's a good point. That's
Yeah,
a good point.
and I watched one interview with one. He was monk, I think it was Russian, and they asked him, "Should you change the language?" And he says, "This is the church language. Two doctors, when they talk to each other, you cannot understand, but they will explain you. So they say, this is church language, and you go to the priest or read the book, and they'll explain you about what they are talking." So he was saying, not changing
interesting
the
point,
language. Yeah.
It's no good for mission, though.
Yeah.
Here in the States, we need to speak English.
Yeah,
No, it's
I mean,
Father, it's a translation.
Oh, translation.
This
to
is
modern
it's different.
Bulgarian. Oh,
It's
you know, all right.
We're talking about
Yeah.
the Slavonic in Bulgarian.
Yes.
They want to speak Bulgarian,
Yeah.
to translate in Bulgarian. But this is a church, and the singing in Slavonic is much beautiful and.
No, it
It's
doesn't
a
matter
church,
if it's
yeah.
beautiful or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is different when you are in Germany. They translate in German. We're talking about the traditional
Yeah, I understand.
Slavonic.
Yeah.
Language.
Well, we use Old Bulgarian in
Yeah,
our
all-
services.
Yeah.
That's what we use.
Yeah.
Church
This is
Slavonic,
the
Old Bulgarian.
Bulgarian.
This is the Protestant job. They can explain
They
you exactly what you
change
like.
everything.
Yeah.
They know.
Ready? Chai?
Sure.
Sure.